If you're a DoorDash Dasher, the company has been doing a lot of different pay structures in pilot programs this summer specifically, but it was just confirmed 2 of those pilot programs are officially extended to the rest of this month and possibly going later in the year. So I need to show you what's new. But firstly, hey, if this is the first time that you and I are meeting, my name is Mike and I help you make money in different side hustles. Check this out. You know, there's a lot going on right now with these, again, pilot programs, earnings programs. So if you're a DoorDash Dasher, you got to think, well, what's the best program? Like, how do I make the most money? There's all these programs. There's the standard orders. How can I make the money that, we want you to make here, $25 an hour on any side hustle? This is why you really need to understand, what niche is best for me in my marketplace. What do I enjoy doing? Hopefully, that'd be great if you can enjoy it as well. And then ultimately, what app or niche makes me the most money? So check this out. This is an active program. This has been going on the longest here. This is Top Dasher. We're going to go over this briefly, and then I want to show you the programs that are extending, by the way, which frankly just happened in the past week or so because DoorDash wasn't sure if it was going to be extended. It's officially extended. So this is Top Dasher. I want you to look at just a few things here, and that's just the metrics. So to get Top Dasher, you as a Dasher need a 4.7 driver rating. Very doable, okay? Acceptance rating of at least 70%. So the prospective orders that you're getting on the road. Let me ask you a question. If you're watching this live, answer this in the live chat. If not, comment down below in the comment section. 70% acceptance rate to get this Top Dasher thing. Is it worth it for you to accept 70% of your prospective orders? As a DoorDash Dasher, comment that right now. A completion rate of 95%. Okay, cool. Then 100 deliveries in the last month. Now, the only benefit you get at the time of filming this video is the ability to dash at any time, which simply means I can go online right here. Here's their example. This is directly from DoorDash's support page, folks. So if I'm in this market segment here, the blue icon indicates your location as a driver. Of course, I can go online. I don't have to wait for that segment to be red, which would indicate dash now because it's busy enough. That's how DoorDash indicates it. Okay, cool. So that's number 1. Now, number 2 is a program that we recently talked about that seems like it's gotten a lot of popularity, a lot of buzz around, what is this thing? Now, this is Accept More, Earn More. Now, this is program number 1 that's been extended, folks. Comment down below if you've been driving, or comment in the live chat if you've been driving on Accept More, Earn More, and if it's allowed you to make more money, right? Comment down below. The premise here, folks, is we are a team. I'm just one person. I don't know which marketplace you're in. So please share and let us know how this goes. Accept more, earn more, folks. Number 1, remember those metrics that I just told you about? This time, it's lowering the bar a bit. 4.5 driver rating. You should be getting that no problem, folks. Look, if you're struggling in the food delivery space, or if you're just not making the money you want to make, we have a course. It's a 1-hour power course that's basically going to be the faster. It's going to speed up weeks worth of making the mistakes. So, it's a good idea to invest in that, or you're just going to lose that same amount of money, and if not multiples more. If you want to take that power course, it is Mastering Delivery, yourdrivermike.com/delivery. But Accept More, Earn More. Now it's 4.5. driver rating. Now the acceptance rate here, it's not 70% anymore. It's as low as 50%. It's right here. At least 50% acceptance rate. So on Accept More, Earn More, let me bring it back to you. Put in the live chat or the comments. Are 50% of the orders in your marketplace worth it as a Dasher? Now, what happens on Accept More, Earn More, if you accept at least 50%, you get access to high-paying orders. You see right there, high-paying orders are at least $2 a mile. Look, $175 paid out per mile should be your goal in any gig app. Why? Because you're using your vehicle. It's wear and tear every time you're out there. And if you're doing this like more hours on the part-time basis, and especially full-time, you could drive an additional 100 miles a day. Easy, depending on how long you're out there driving for. So are 50% of orders worth it? Now, if you do bump that up to 70% on Accept More, Earn More, you get the highest priority for those $2+ a mile orders. But again, I mean, mathematically, for this to make sense, I mean, those 70% of orders that you're accepting, they need to make sense. They need to hit our metrics of $1.75. Because look, we're going to go into this new extension program here in a second. But if you're going for accept more, earn more, and you're trying to hit that 50% AR, the acceptance rate, or even the 70% AR acceptance rate, to what? Get you access to the high paying orders. You get higher priority. I mean, it's not even really guaranteed, but if you're going for these AR numbers, then don't go for it at the detriment of your earnings. Just to be like, I got to hit the 50, I got to hit the 70% acceptance rate, because that's what accept more, earn more is, right? Keep that in mind. So you get, for accept more, earn more, you get access to those $2+ a mile orders. Well, you get priority, right? So now let's look at this. Now that accept more, earn more was extended through this month, by the way. Take note of this here. Accept more, earn more is officially extended till the end of September this month. Now that pilot program launched in what? I think it was around June. About June. It's only been active for a couple of months. These are no new programs, folks. So if you're not checking your emails, I mean, this is a good kind of a refresher of what's available. By the way, if you would like refreshers on most any app and gig and niche in this gig economy, I've been doing this stuff since 2015. Thousands and thousands of trips and transactions. Most every major app and niche, I've done it in different marketplaces. East Coast here in Pittsburgh, East Coast, Midwest, whatever. And then the straight up West Coast in San Diego. Good sample size over the years. But that's why you're going to want to subscribe here. I keep you in the know. I help you make more money. And we're also focusing on the long-term building wealth as well. Now, take a look here. This is the time earnings mode. What is this? Let's go over this together and determine how is it different than accept more, earn more? How is it different than Top Dasher? This is also extended until September and maybe even a little bit later in the year. Okay. And is this something that you should be going for? So we are piloting a new way for Dashers to earn on DoorDash to provide Dashers with a more reliable way to earn. Key word there. In a handful of cities in the US and Canada, let me know if you have this time earnings mode. I just checked here in Pittsburgh. We don't have this here, at least on our profile here. Dashers will have the option to earn a guaranteed rate. DoorDash pays while delivering from the moment they hit accept an order until you drop it off. Plus, Dashers will keep 100% of customer tips on top. As per usual, folks. It's kind of funny. Every app will say, as a benefit, you get to keep 100% of tips. I mean, legally, they can't take commission from tips. DoorDash got in a little trouble years ago for paying base pay from tips. That's been resolved. I think that was maybe 3 years ago or so. Let's move on. How does this earn by time thing work? Number one, choose the earn by time option when starting a Dash. So again, do me a favor right now, okay? If you're watching this in the background, just run over to your phone, your laptop, computer, whatever. Can you answer this question? Do you have the earn by time option? Let us know. I'm curious. Just type it in the live chat, or again, comment down below if you're watching in the replay, so we can maybe get a sample size, because we didn't see it here in Pittsburgh, but it should be on the start screen when you're starting a Dash. Okay. Number two, Dash and complete your deliveries. You can decline up to 1 offer per hour. All right. You can decline 1 offer per hour. Is that an immediate deal breaker for you for this? We didn't even go over the benefits yet. You can only decline 1. Well, Mike, how many orders am I getting per hour? Look, if you're driving at any time that's decently busy, let alone dinner rush or whenever it's like exceptionally busy, you're going to get orders every, could be immediately. Like I decline it, you get another ping immediately. 10 seconds, 30 seconds is kind of waiting, maybe a minute in between pings. if it's like, not super busy. Worst case scenario, 5 minutes between a request. Think about that for an entire hour. You can only decline once. That is really interesting. Number 3, here's the benefit or the proposed benefit. Get paid a guaranteed rate per hour while delivering, plus deliveries. Earnings are based on the total delivery time from accepting to drop off. To clarify this for you, that is not your dash time. You'll see this in your earnings tab. By the way, we did a complete walkthrough of the Dasher app from the home screen to the earnings tab to profiles to ratings, all of that. You can click the card above. If you're new, you're going to want to watch that whole video. Invest the time to learn the app first. There's also earning strategies and hacks in there. And then again, you keep 100% of tips. Okay, here's our example. Let's look at this together. And this is when you're starting a dash. So let's see here. This example, this is straight from DoorDash's support page. It looks like maybe East Lansing, Michigan. You have the option to earn per order, or as this is selected, earn by time. It says earn at least $14 per hour in DoorDash Pay from when you accept an order to when you drop it off. Customer tips are additional. Let's break this down because this screen right here, this is the only example they give us, is going to really give us some insight into, is this worth it for you? Number 1, the verbiage here. Okay. Earn at least $14 per hour. Okay. Is $14 enough for you? Like, can we be real? I hope $14 is not enough for you because I want you to make, again, $25 an hour on any side hustle. But there's customer tips on top of it. Okay. And I would say, hopefully 90+% of your customers are tipping. Just good practice. Okay. But maybe not. And it says, again, we got to read between the lines here. It says, when you accept an order to when you drop it off, you're not getting any pay at all when you're just sitting there waiting for an order, which by the way, you should be doing. We go over this in that complete walkthrough. You should be parking, sitting there and waiting for an order in a power strip. Those are what we call areas that are really dense with restaurants. You don't want to drive around looking for an order. I'm just going to drive around on a move over here. Maybe it's going to be busier over there, And then before you know it, you're putting like an extra 30 miles, 20 miles on your vehicle, depending, especially if your marketplace is a lot larger. So you're not getting paid just sitting around. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Why is DoorDash launching this? This pilot helps us offer a reliable way for you to dash and earn money. In this new way of earning, we hope you'll get the most out of your time on the road, while customers in your city receive their orders faster, improving the experience for all. Read between the lines. What do you make of this? Getting the most out of your time on the road. The argument here is, well, you don't know how much you're going to make unless it's guaranteed. And on the customer side, they're going to get their order faster, presumably because Dashers would take advantage of this, maybe more Dashers on the road. Okay, look at this example, okay? Nothing kind of states this more clearly than an actual example. So I'm just reading right here. This is directly from DoorDash. Let's assume the active hourly guarantee, active time when you're on an assignment for earn by time in your city is $14 an hour. You choose earn by time and you begin your dash. After a few minutes of waiting, you're offered an accept an order and drive 10 minutes to get to the restaurant. You wait 5 minutes at the restaurant and then drive another 15 minutes to deliver the order. In this example, you spend 30 minutes actively on the delivery, on the assignment, which includes the drive to the restaurant, the wait at the restaurant, and the drive to drop off the order. For your active 30 minutes, you'll receive DoorDash Pay at that rate that you signed up for, $14 an hour, which comes out to $7 because you did a 30-minute run, active, on an assignment, 30 minutes. So it equates to $7, plus 100% of any tips on top of that. If your delivery had, let's say, a $6 tip, then you'll get a total pay of $13 per delivery. I got so much to say on this, and I'm sure you do too. Stay until the end of the video. I want to get your reaction. I just want to get this info in front of you first. I think we'll do that. Let's move on, and I want to talk about that with you here in a second. But this, you got to know this. So listen to this. Drop a like on this video. By the way, if you appreciate what we do here and you do want to show your appreciation, consider dropping a super chat if you're watching live, or click the thanks button down below if you're watching in the replay. And if you do want access to exclusive benefits, behind the scenes videos, emotes, badges that evolve over time, consider clicking that join button down below. What time counts towards the guaranteed active hourly rate? Like we just mentioned, when you're actively on a delivery, not when you're just sitting around. But look at the second part of this here. If you're on multiple deliveries at once, such as a bundled delivery, it's a batch delivery, 2 or more assignments for one driver, you are paid the guarantee rate for all active time, starting when you accept the first order to the time you drop off the last order to the customer. There's something really big in that. Again, if you have a batched delivery, that whole time is counted from when I accept the first one through the add-on order, all the pickups, maybe the 2 pickups, right? All through the 2 drop-offs, and then that's all active time, okay? All that time is calculated into my active hourly guarantee. Do you see any problems with that? Can I earn more than the active hourly rate? You can if you get more tips, right? And again, hopefully customers are always tipping on any platform. Can you decline an order? Let's discuss that. When you earn by time, you can decline up to 1 order per hour, just 1. If you decline more than 1 per hour, you'll be given the option to either straight up, you're done. You can either end your dash or you can switch back to the standard platform that you're used to. You're earning by the order. Only 1 decline per hour. And if you ignore the next sentence here, if an order times out because you neither accept nor decline, you just ignore the timer goes down, this will count towards your 1 decline. So if you ignore it, if you just let the timer go, or if you click decline, both of those are going to count towards your 1 per hour. However, if you're on a delivery, additional stacked assignments will not count towards your 1 decline per hour. So if you're on a delivery, and again, an additional, like a stacked order comes in, an add-on order is what we call it here. If you decline that one, DoorDash is saying that it's not going to count, but only if you are given 1 assignment, you click decline or ignore that 1 assignment, but not for add-ons. Hope that makes sense. How will I get paid? Again, that hourly guarantee that we talked about, active time when you accept an order, including wait time at the restaurant, etc. And then tips. Yes, we get it. If you cancel a delivery, then it's the same thing as declining. It'll unassign count towards the cancellation rate. If the customer cancels, you'll be paid the active hourly rate. Same kind of thing with standard drive. And if the customer cancels after a certain point, sometimes you are paid, especially if you're already at the restaurant, although that is rare. Can you switch back to earnings per order? Yes. And here's how long the pilot's going to last through September. Okay, I want to get into something here really important that I wanted to get through that because there is something here that you need to know. And that was back to this example right here. Okay. If you're on a stacked order, you're paid for the guaranteed rate for all active time, starting when you accept the first order till you drop off the last order. Okay, listen. If this is the case, and the guarantee is $14 an hour. Okay, I want to make sure you understand this. So if I'm on a stacked order, again, 2 or more assignments for 1 driver, and I'm on this earn by time, and if the guarantee is $14 an hour, then it doesn't matter the pay per order necessarily. I'm getting paid by the time. So if that order takes, let's say 30 minutes, get this. If that stacked order takes 30 minutes, like that other example they gave us, I still get $7 plus any additional tips. So Here's strategy time. Here's how to understand, like, dude, is this going to help me make more money? It's kind of nuanced, but you have to be really careful. Okay. Right here. Here's your option. The only way that earn by time is going to make you more money is if, let's say, it's super slow, like very slow. I'm not getting any orders. Okay. For whatever reason, Frank, I want to help you out. I'm here to help you make money in different side hustles. If it's super slow, I don't want you out there wasting your time. I would, at that point, we teach multi-apping within one niche, but once it gets super slow, I multi-niche. So I start looking at, like, all right, what's GoPuff doing? Can I drive on GoPuff? That's parcel delivery and kind of convenience items. Well, not necessarily parcel as in like home goods. It's more convenience items, but it's a different platform. It's not food delivery, like prepared food. You know, they do snacks. You get it. Okay. Maybe there's a super high paying Amazon Flex shift. Maybe there's a delivery only run on Shipt. You know, grocery delivery. And it's, you know, I'm at that point, if food delivery is dead, I'm multi-niching. But this $14 an hour, the only way this is beneficial to you is if it's dead slow and I'm doing like one measly order. If I do 2 orders, for instance, and if you didn't know this, orders on DoorDash and most of these, you know, food delivery apps or maybe even gig apps, if it doesn't have bonus pay, it could be a $4 or $5, $6 order. So worst case scenario, if you do 2 orders in 1 hour, which is very realistic, you're going to do like 2 to 4 orders an hour, depending on your markets. If it's spread out, if you're driving in the city, central, traffic, all that, like 2 to 4 orders an hour, depends on a lot, but you know, hear me out. If both of those orders take you 30 minutes, there's your hour. Now, if you're driving with no peak pay, no bonuses, then that pay could be $5 or $6. Then you've just made $10 to $12 an hour. And it's worst case scenario because like those are also orders that you're most likely not going to get a tip. That's why the pay is so low. That is why the pay is $4 or $5, because it's just the bare bones minimum base pay, no bonus pay and no tips. Only I see statistically, only under those scenarios, this might make you more money than the earnings per order. Let me know if you agree with that. And what I would really watch, to be honest with you, is that threshold. Let me see if I can bring it up here again for you. What I would really watch other than that is this right here. This is the big stinger. Other than feeling like you can make more money on the per order strategy, because it should be busy enough. Okay. But this right here, it's taken away control from you as a driver to make a business decision. You're an independent contractor. You're making business decisions on every single request that they give you and deciding doesn't make sense. And we teach you again, the dollars to mile ratio, the dollars to time ratio. But with this, I have to accept it to meet this threshold. Because now, listen, you know what we just realized together? Is Top Dasher has a 70% acceptance rating. Okay. Accept More, Earn More has a 50 to 70% acceptance rating. Do you see the math on this one? It is like a 90%, whatever, you know, depending on how many offers you get, but it's like a 90. You can only decline, 1 per hour. So if you answered the question earlier that 50% of my offers aren't worth it, you know, I'm more around 20% of the offers are worth it. 10% of the offers are worth it. And if you said 70% aren't worth it, then how would only declining 1 offer per hour be worth it, right? For $14 an hour plus customer tips. Now, I mean, I understand customer tips, you should be getting like 90% of your customers tipping. I know that doesn't always happen, but most markets with customer behavior, you're going to see a fine amount of tips there. And what I want for you is like 1-to-1. Here's a closing point on this before leaning for this. Drop a like on this last point here and stay until the end if you want a Q&A. If you're not watching live, don't worry. Put your question down below. I'll live there and I'll answer your questions. Here's the takeaway before I lose my train of thought. It's leaving here. We might have just lost it. That's okay. Maybe I'll comment it down below. That's what I get for trying to explain too much. But I'm trying to bring it back, folks. Customer tips. Yes, I got it. Boom. The coffee just kicked in. When it comes to customer tips, if 80 to 90+% of your customers are tipping, I'm being generous. I have like 95+% of my customers tipping on Grubhub, Uber Eats. When I was doing DoorDash in San Diego, I'm trying to think of any other apps that tip, like Instacart. Like I'm at like 95+%. When it comes to your earnings, I always want you to be a 1-to-1 with your earnings. That's your base pay and any promotions and your customer tips. What 1-to-1 means, if this guarantee is like $14 an hour, and by the way, peak pay is, I think I just remembered. Peak pay, I don't want to misquote this. Let's find out together. Right here. Instead of base pay or peak pay, I think they had it one other place. Right here. Let me just leave you with this for a second. I thought so. I thought I remembered this correctly. Peak pay is also not available when you're in this mode. So I think that might be the nail in the coffin. Let me know down below in the comment section. By the way, peak pay is not available in this mode. But my point was, having a 1-to-1 means this base pay of $14, because that's really all it is. This $14, since it does not include peak pay, we just saw that in writing, this is literally just straight base pay from DoorDash, no bonus pay. A 1-to-1 would mean I'd get the same amount in customer tips. So if I got $14 in the hour with customer tips, then I should be making $28 an hour, which is good. But my only problem is, if you have to accept, again, going back to that big kind of hammer point, if I have to accept everything except one decline in an hour, what happens if I get an order that is 12 miles away, 8 miles away, depends on your market, right? It's like 10 miles away. And I'm driving, I'm like, I have to accept this if I want this earn by hour thing. And it's like the last order in the hour, or like the second to last order in the hour. These are things that I want you to consider. This is not me, what's the word? Slamming DoorDash. I still think they are overall, of most any side hustle, the best side hustle you can still do in 2022 and 2023. You just need to learn how to do it and maximize your earnings. That's what we do here, because there's always a bell curve of earners. And I want our team to be the top of those earners because they know all these strategies. Now, what I want to do is answer your questions, because I could go on and on about this, but it's not about me. Okay. I want to respond to your questions. So put your questions down below in the comments. If you're here for the live stream, put it in the live chat. Hey, if you got value in this video, drop a like. I want to make sure I got that info. Because look, it's not hard. I mean, food delivery, it's not hard. All of these gig apps, they're not hard. Can you take this box to that house? Sure. Can you take this pizza to that house? Sure. It's not that hard, but that's what makes it hard insofar as maximizing your income, because it's easy to set it and forget it. And then you don't realize like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done this strategy. So if you got value, drop a like in this video. It does help out the video and the channel. You can also click or tap the screen right here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.